Okay, show us what you got. Anchor Girl's already got winterizing stuff. Can I see one of those? Oh, these are just...
They're damp.
Damp-rated things. Cool.
My fridge things.
Ah, fridge thing for the fridge. How come you got two?
One for one fridge, one for the other.
Okay. As you can see, Anchor Girl's already got some winterizing stuff on board. As we stand here, this is second week of September. And yes, that time is coming. Now, I just want to point out something real quick. When we got here, Anchor Girl was down here inside the cabin first, and she noticed that the microwave clock, it's working fine now, but she chuckled and said, it's been cold on the boat. That again?
Must be getting cold.
It is cold. It has been cold. It was cold. It was really cold over the weekend. Today in real time, it is the beginning of the week. Why are you on the boat, Paul, if it's midweek? I have a doctor's appointment, and I have to leave for in about 15 minutes. And it's on my way past the boat to go farther north to where the doctor is, where the office is. So Anchor Girl said she would come with me and bring some stuff back to the boat, because as you know, when the boat was for sale, we cleared off a lot of stuff anticipating, a sale, and that, we wanted to take it off as much as we could, just get it out of the way. But now, since the boat...
I brought back winter stuff.
You brought back winter stuff. Since the boat didn't sell, we brought a bunch of stuff back. So Anchor Girl just wanted to square that away, including that winterizing damp rid stuff and whatever else is in that box. And so since it was so cool over the weekend, it got down to feeling like 8-9 degrees Celsius. That's pretty cold. So I'm sure that inside the boat, it was quite a bit colder. And that microwave, I'm not sure if I pointed this out, but we noticed that when it's really, really cold, the clock doesn't want to work and none of the functions work. The screen just goes. So
the microwave part still works.
Yeah,
you can't do anything with it.
Yeah, well, it works, but we can't activate it until it gets warm on the boat. And so we discovered that 2 seasons ago. Yeah, so this is our 3rd season with the boat. And so at the beginning of the 2023 season, first thing in the spring, started powering up the boat again. I noticed that, and I couldn't set the clock because, as you know, I like to set the 2 clocks for that and the old coffee maker, just so they're the same time. And that way we know when we're off the boat and we come back, and if the clocks are off, then we know that the power has been out while we have been away. So the shore power that is. So we noticed that it wasn't working properly, and so I actually contacted a highly rated appliance repair guy that I found on Google, all 5 stars, many reviews, and he was good enough to help me with that. And I explained to him, I said, I can't find a replacement microwave that will fit that hole properly, and I didn't want to start hacking things out and making it, I didn't want to ruin anything. So we decided to spend some money to fix it. And he's like, oh, why don't you go to Walmart and get one for $99? And I said, that's not the point. It's, it's original to the boat, and it's an issue with size. And so we wanted to get it fixed. And he searched high and low for any sort of components that might have fixed that, the electronic stuff. Couldn't find any. So here we are with that same microwave still to this day. Yeah, so since that microwave actually functions properly when it's warmish on the boat, we didn't have to do anything with it. And we've been using it for the last, 3 seasons with no issues. But again, like Anchor Girl says, it's just because it was so cold. And so the screen, all the numbers just go. But now it's gotten a little bit warmer over in the boat over the last few minutes. And so it's all fine. It's all happy. So hopefully that stays. Yeah, and that's it. I guess that's just another sign, right? Yep, season is winding down quickly. By my estimation, we have, I think it's now down to 4 weekends until they'll start the haul out. because here in Ontario, Canada, our Thanksgiving for my American friends is always about the second weekend of October every year, as opposed to in the States, it's November every year. Anyways, I've told you that before. So traditionally, they'll start hauling, most of the marinas will start hauling boats immediately after the long weekend. It's always the Monday off for Thanksgiving. So they'll start hauling boats on the Tuesday. And I also got a notification from the marina here that they're not doing mobile pump outs anymore. And mobile pump outs is that they will actually come by with a truck and a trailer and they will pump out the poop tank while the boat's still in the slip. And that's fantastic. We take advantage of that probably a half a dozen times so far this year. And so yeah, the last mobile pump out is October 7th. So that's the weekend or the week before Thanksgiving here in Ontario. And so that pretty much means, you know, if it's crappy weather and windy and lousy, we can't drive the boat afterwards over to the fuel dock to get a pump out. And so I don't know what we're going to do about that. So we'll probably get our final pump out on that week and then just play it by ear for the long weekend and see how things are. I will probably be working on that long weekend with starting my winterizing, the water system, air conditioners, engines and generator. Because as you saw last year, I can do that while the boat's still here in the slip in the water. Because once the engines are winterized, the boat doesn't have to be moved, so it'll just stay here in the slip, and then they'll raise it in the slip, so the engines don't have to be started again after that. So I can do the winterizing. I could do it today if I wanted to, as long as I don't start the engines again after that happens, right? So, did you hear me there, honey? The final mobile pump out is October 7th, so that's going to be the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So that means if we're going to be here, we can only be here if the weather's going to be really good, so we can drive it over to the fuel dock. So probably means we're not going to do that, right?
Yeah, no, I'm good with that.
All right.
We do something else on the long weekend.
Yeah,
See
winterizing.
the kids.
Or winterizing.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned in the last video, which is talking about that the boat didn't sell, we are going away this coming weekend. We're going away with the kids, so we're going for the whole weekend, and it's supposed to be beautiful weather for where we're going to, so we're all looking forward to that. Like, it's our kids and our grandkids, so it's going to be a hoo-ha thing. But looking at that same weather for right here, it's going to be a perfect, beautiful boating weekend. Warm, sunny, calm. It would have been nice to go that way that weekend, but obviously we're not going to do it because we are going to be many, many miles away from this location, so we can't do that. So as Anchor Girl was just saying, hopefully we can still get away for a night or two somewhere, even just somewhat locally with the boat, and maybe put some hours on the boat. I was commenting to somebody, I think here on the channel, that I haven't even kept track of the engine hours that we've put on this boat this summer, because what I usually do when we're traveling is I will make a note of, I'll just take a photo of the hour meter, because I have a standalone hour meter that I put on the boat 2 years ago when we bought it, and at every major stop I'll just take a picture. Just in my mind I can keep track of how many hours are going. Of course then throughout the season I can just total it all up and pay attention to how many engine hours, run hours that we put on the boat. And I haven't even done that once this year, because as you know, it's been a very, very, very different year for us, a very different boating year. But whatever.
Well, the weather hasn't been the greatest neither.
No, the weather has been, started off windy, rain. We had a lot of rain, and so every weekend was pretty much crap. So we couldn't get away. This boat has been out of this marina 4 times this season, the whole year. 4 times we've left the marina only, which is whatever. That's far from the norm for us. So yeah, that's it. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take a picture of the engine hours, and I might, if I feel like it when I'm editing this video, I might just show you how many hours that we put on the engine so far this year. Generator, I gotta crawl down the engine room to look at that, because the hour meter is right on top of the generator, and I'm gonna guess
More on the generator than the
yeah,
engine.
definitely. I would say probably 25 hours maybe on the generator, maybe 20 hours on the engines, but whatever, I will figure that out. So like I say, I got to get going because I've got a doctor's appointment, so I got to leave here in about 5 or 10 minutes. I'm just going to take a look around and yeah, take in this beautiful day, because it is another gorgeous day. It's nice and calm, sunny, warm. Obviously it started cool because the microwave wasn't happy, but it's nice and warm. It's a nice day and nice to be here. So yeah, that's it. That's a boring little update. Winterizing stuff we already got in mind. Anchor Girl's gotten ahead of the game and has gotten some stuff, so we are ready to go for that. Yeah, the winterizing stuff that she has is for inside the boat, that damp rid in the and then the fridges and the cabinets, which we do every year. She does every year. And
well, I keep damp rid all year.
Yeah, year round.
All year.
But you don't have as much as you do in the winter. You have more in the winter.
Yeah.
And as I have pointed out, every year, every boat in the winter, when I come and visit the boats, it's just open the cabin. Oh, it smells so good. It smells like summer. It smells nice and clean. It always smells so clean on the boat. And as a matter of fact, we were talking about this the other night. I think we happened to watch a video of something in the background that was just, I said, can't those people see how dirty that thing is? And I said, it's amazing. I have an old camera bag that I got when we still had our 400 sedan bridge. Actually, I think Anchor Girl got it for me. It's like a small collapsible carrying case for if you go traveling, because I had a lot of camera equipment back then in the day, and so that had to be all jammed in there. And I still have that. It's like a heavy duty canvas bag, basically, almost like a small suitcase size. I still have that at home, and if I were to go there right now and open it up, it would still smell like the 400 sedan bridge. It's just that beautiful boat smell. So that's why apart from doing our best to keep the boat as clean as possible everywhere, it takes it's a good advantage to try and make sure that the boat stays dry over the off season. All right, so yeah, it's gonna smell nice. I'll bring you back here in the winter and just review that when the time comes. So yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, boat's still not sold, and we're still okay with that. Alrighty, that's it. Like I say, I gotta get going really soon, so I will say thank you. I'll look forward to your comments, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Cheers.